So I'll go back real quick. So from Connected Educators, this button up here that says edConnectr, click that, okay? And that will take you to the application edConnectr, and you can fill out, there's a login screen, you'll see it very, very easily. You heard what I said in terms of the drop down. When you come in, if this is your first time in, let me make sure I've got all the questions here. Okay, good, I've got all that, thank you. What you'll get the very first time is a profile. I'll go through this very, very quickly for those with us last week, just bear with me. The first thing you have is contact information, pretty straightforward. The second thing is the tags. The tags are really the heart of this entire system. So go through and figure out, so for instance, I'm an edupreneur. You click that word, drag it to the box above, see how that works, and where you place that indicates the matching engine how strong of a match to make. Go through these lists, what you could help others with, where you would like help. Again, you just go through. You'll see this is very, very detailed. And look at the entire list before you pick the top 10, and then you can put them in a rank order, and then what you're interested in. When you're done with that, click Next. Then a couple of things here. Talk to me about, I'll show you how that works, but put in some things that you're really passionate about that you'd like to talk with others. And then there's some free text questions. This is just great for other people to learn what you think, and you can learn from others. And then there's a couple of drop downs, and these are great for searching. So go ahead and do this. None of these questions on this page are required, so you can just blast through this. However, it really does give them, the other people who are looking for you, a great insight into you. Next, put in a picture of yourself and your network. So if you've got Twitter, LinkedIn, I blog about food, so I put that up, and then I've got a link to my videos. I wanted to show you, I didn't go into this last week, and this is a way to create a quick video for yourself. What you're going to want to do is, if you use your right mouse, you'll see a little button here called Settings. And on that settings, what you want to do is you want to allow the camera to see you. So I'm going to close that. Okay, now I'm going to prepare. And what's going to happen, there we go. Hello, everybody. That's going to fire up my camera, and now I can record a 60-second video to introduce myself to people. So this is how it works. Hi, my name is Mark Sylvester. I'm the ambassador for edConnectr and the CEO of introNetworks. We created this platform so that all of the attendees of Connected Educator Month, and in fact all year long, can get to know one another better. If you've got a question or you've got a suggestion, just send me a little note, click the send message button on my card. I'd love to get to know you better. Bye-bye. And that's all you do. It's really that quick. So I'll show you where that shows up. So now what that did was that saved all of that. And if this is your first time in, you'll see the 1,000 people out of 2,600 that you have something in common with. So if we click on my card, we'll see there's all the words I selected. And there's all the information. In fact, you can tell when people have updated their profile. There's quite a bit of information here. There's all of those networks that you saw. Here's all the questions I answered. On the media, there's my video. So people, when they're looking at me and trying to learn more about me, when they see this video, it's fantastic. It's such a great way to get a sense of the person, right? And then if someone has left you a comment or any activity, so you can see all of the topics and forums and things like that that I have participated in. So I wanted to show you how to do the video. Now, what's interesting about the video is that you can also, I'm looking here at a pin. Courtney looks to be my best match. Courtney's my best match because she's closest to me. We have more words in common than anyone else. I will show you. If we click someone on the outside, here's Annetta. And if I click on Annetta, we see she has selected a lot of words. We don't have a lot of words in common. And here's a little tip. Click this little arrow to go back, and this will take me back to Courtney. So if I'm wanting to have a conversation with Courtney, and I don't really know what working examples is actually, that's kind of interesting. Oh, it's actually a company. So you can click right on that, and it'll take me right to, okay, so this is interesting. So this is another online community. Connect with groups. Look at that. That looks kind of cool. So there you go. That's exactly how it works. Now, if I'd like to meet her, or I'd like to send her a message, I click Send Message, and that's going to bring up the little message window. I type in a subject, and by the way, I had put in some pictures. I could send her one of my pictures. I can also come down here and send her a video message. Hi, Courtney, how are you? I was looking at your working example site, and that's kind of interesting. As someone who creates online communities, I'm really curious what you think of edConnectr. Why don't you send me a note? Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm going to say cool online community, and let's chat. Now, that's not a very long or compelling message, so I'm actually not going to send that because I really want to send her something more detailed, more compelling. But that's how you do it. It's really simple and easy to send a video message. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you was and explain a little bit about how the pins are placed. So we talked about pins that are close to you. So pins that are close to you have you have a lot of words in common. I also want to show you something on that first page where you put in your school and you put in more information about yourself. Notice when I click over a pin, I see Will. It says Instructional Technology Consultant at Tulare. I get a lot of information right off the bat. This may be enough information for me to actually click through and learn more about Will. But when we have a pin that just has a name, I'm not as compelled. Now here's one, here's the CTO, and let's pick another one. So notice that also another thing is when there's a picture, I'm absolutely more likely to pick on that card. So we had last week talked about searching. So I want to show you how the search works for the new folks. Click on Advanced Search, and you could say, I want to see 5th to 8th grade teachers who could help me with at-risk students, because that might be something that I'm interested in talking to someone about. But here's what's very interesting. This is an advanced tip for the second week people. If I also say I want to talk to people who would like help, you're going to find people who have selected both words, and let's actually see if we can find anybody like that. And it's going to tell us, is interesting. Isn't that interesting that we found people who said that they both need help and they can help? So, and we see here that that's something that we have in common by the colored letters. We talked about this a lot last year when we noticed this phenomenon that people would pick. So notice she said, I can help with, and it's the top word, it's the most important thing. And she says, talk to me about struggling readers, poverty in education, and restorative justice. This is all really interesting, and this is actually how to kind of interpret the card and learn more about Nicole as we decide whether we want to reach out to her or not. But I love this, these things that we have in common. I study improv, I run a cooking club, and I'm an insatiable reader. So I predict that we would have a lot to talk about. And there's someone, and she's in Buffalo. So there's quite a bit here. And again, now you see why having this information is great, because look at all of the things that I can learn about her very, very, very quickly. And this is what's so great about the system, is we're asking questions in a little different way. Okay, so I thought that was a pretty good search. Now, let's say I wanted to send that search to one of my colleagues. There's this little button up here that says Copy Link to Search. If I've done that, now this is in my clipboard. So let's say I want to send this to Michael. I go to send, I want to send a message, and I come here and I paste it. There it is. So now he can log in and click on that and actually get the same results as I have. Okay, it's pretty cool. This is one of our advanced features. That's why we're doing this. We're doing a couple of weeks in a row. By the way, I'd really appreciate it if you learn something here, if you can tell people about it. Can you do that again? Flavio, what was that? Which exactly? Because I'm going kind of quick. Tell me exactly what you'd like me to do again. Was it the search part, or it was the copying link to search? Type in there quick, and I will absolutely do that again. Okay. The search for at risk. Got it. Okay. So what we do is we click on advanced search, and every tag that you use to build a profile is all right here. So if I'm looking for someone who could help with at-risk students, and I'm a 5th to 8th grade teacher, this will show me. So let's go and do a search. This will show me all the people who said they could help with that. And it's interesting, there's 71 of them, okay? Now, we may want to, let me go into a little bit of the ways to view this data. I may not want to roll over all of those pins, so I might actually search by title here and see, oh, there's science teachers, there's special ed teachers, there's just regular teachers. Might also go onto the map and see, this is interesting. This is a global network, everybody. So we can see there's a few people in Australia. It looks like there's someone here. Oh, this is interesting. Where is, in Casablanca? That's fantastic. And there's someone here in Europe. Again, you find out where they are. In fact, you can even click View Map right in their profile and show where you are and where they are. Okay? And let's go back. Great, Flavio, you're very welcome. And then you can zoom in very easily. Just click this little zoom button. And we notice we have quite a few people here in the U.S., someone in Canada. There's a regular map view, satellite view. Sometimes it's a little easier to see all the pins by mixing up your views, okay? Now, the thing I showed last week that I think you'll really enjoy is this. So my passion is information visualization. And one of the things that is really challenging is if I have these 71 pins and I want to get a sense of all of these people, how do I do that without looking at all of the pins individually? How do I find out all of the things that they care about? Because Judith, it's interesting, Judith would not have come up in any search of, would not come up in my top 1,000 matches because we have nothing in common. So I start to find people here that, you know, I may have one thing in common and someone else who has more in common, we would bump them. But if I look at this list, now I start to see, so there's action research is a word. So there's, you know, 11 people who could help with that. Positive school climate, that's interesting in that it correlates with at-risk students. Diversity and social inclusion. Again, so what if I learn that someone's interested in diversity? Because that might actually help me decide, of the 71, who do I want to talk to? So if I come over here, it told me it's in the interest category. And so I go to, what was that word again? Sorry. That was diversity and social inclusion. So I'll come down here. I'll go and I'll look for diversity and social inclusion. There it is. And I just add it to my search. It's that simple. And so now it's going to sort me down to 10 people. And there we go. And we see who my closest matches are. So it might be, in this case, these are people that I'd like to talk to. Again, we're talking about building a professional learning network, a personal learning network. This is a great way to find people very, very quickly. Hope that all made sense to everyone. I've just got another minute. I'm going to show you one other thing in the advanced search that I think you'll really like. So I'm going to reset my search. So let's say you live in a metropolitan area and you would like to find, I mean, you know the teachers at your school. So you can actually come in here and say, I want to see teachers within 50 miles. And if you're not in the area, or if you're not in the U.S., you map in kilometers, just click that. But 50 miles, no other, I just want to see all the people that live within 50 miles of me. And it's going to show me there's only 9. So if I look at a map, there's where we're going to see these are all the people here. These are teachers. And as it turns out, actually, as I've invited all of these people, so I know all of these teachers myself, I'd love to see more of them, but that's a really quick way to do it. So what I'd like to do, because I'm going to be doing this for another 3 weeks, I'll be going into more stuff. Now would be a great time for any questions that you have, and we'll take another 4 or 5 minutes to take questions. Okay? And I'll answer them live. What you got, everybody? How's Connected Educator Month going for you? Are you finding that you've got time to go to webinars and you're meeting interesting people? Oh, if you were on this last week, did you go out and do something where you introduced yourself to somebody new? Don't be shy. Come on, you guys. Let's ask some questions. You're all teachers. You're not this shy in class, I hope. And are any of you doing the cafes that happen in the evening? Ah, there we go. You did. Flavia says, I just introduced myself to someone today. So I want to, so here, if I want to meet Flavio, watch this. I'll just type in Flavio into search, and it's going to search, and there is Flavio. Hello. So now, Flavio, look at this. And where are you from? It just says California, so I'm not sure where in California you are, but that's okay. Actually, if I click on the map, watch, it's going to show me right where you are. Okay, there you are. So somewhere down in the Rancho, you're in Los Angeles, yes. So now, I'm going to show you this kind of an advanced tip. So we see you're a coach, you're an IT leader. Look at all this. Well, you do a lot of different things. And also, we could talk about history for days and days. But notice all the things that I could talk to him about. And notice that they're in a rank order, so I know what's most important to him. Meditation and yoga. I hope you have, you're aware of this great app, free app called Headspace. It's fantastic. And then we can also look here and see, oh, look at this. The way I learn best is by doing it on my own. That might be quality I value most is collaboration. So you see, oh, there you go, the iPhone. Get Headspace, Flavio. That's my tip for you today. So I want to leave you with this last piece. There is, when you log in on the dashboard, there's this link to Marshall Conley's podcast. I had an opportunity. I run a site called 805 Connect, which is here in Central California, and I interviewed Marshall a few weeks ago. I guess it was in August I did that, and I interviewed him, and we talked about Connected Educator Month. It's a really, really, really good podcast. I do podcasting. It's something I'm interested in. So you just go to this page, click here, and listen to it. If you like the show, you can click and connect and click to subscribe. So Flavio, thank you so much. Everybody, thank you. This is really fantastic. I'll be posting a link to this recording. We are doing this again next week, so if you find someone that you think would benefit by learning how to be better connected, I'd appreciate you telling them about edConnectr and how to get to it. So thank you very much, and thanks. Sally, thank you. Maria, thank you very much. It's perfect. And if you come back next week, I'll be sure to have some new tips and tricks for you. So until next time, this is Mark Sylvester. I'm your ambassador for edConnectr. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.